Did you wear it betwixt your bosoms as I instructed?
Mrs. McBean's squint was an accusation of imbecility, one Annie Tulloch did not appreciate. Annie tossed the foul linen pouch on the old woman's table.
I could tuck it betwixt the cheeks of my arse, you daft crone, and the result would be the same. It doesnae work.
She planted her hands on her hips and nodded toward the silent pale boy by her side.
He's nae better.
Mrs. McBean shook her peppery head and pursed crinkled lips.
The sage mightn't have been strong enough. 'Tis best to harvest during a new moon.
It smells like stew cooked in a chamber pot.
Aye, the mushrooms are a wee bit pungent. Mayhap I used too many.
Mayhap ye ingested too many.
Och, I haven't done that in ages, lass. The first time you wake up naked with a goat, shame on the devil. The second, shame on ye.
You haven't the foggiest notion what you're about. I'd have better luck begging a remedy from Ronnie Cleghorn.
The simple lad who gnaws rope when his father isn't looking.
Annie raised a brow. Ordinarily, Mrs. McBean's milky left eye tended to wander. Now it twitched with annoyance.
Listen well, lass. I've lived 3 of your lifetimes in the mists of these lands.
She swept an arm around her dingy hovel, strewn with old books and dried weeds. Slapping a cobweb from her sleeve, she continued,
Ancient knowledge runs in my blood. My mother's mother's
mother was a seer, Annie finished, rolling her eyes.
Aye, so you've claimed, over and over.
Sniff.
'Tis true.
And over, until I'd prefer to eat whatever foul substances you stuffed in that pouch than to hear the tale again. Annie glowered. Perhaps after 4 generations your blood's weaker than an innkeeper's whisky. She glanced down at Finlay, who hid behind her hip. His blue eyes were shadows. His wee hand clutched his middle. Her own middle twisted, as dread gripped hard. But it's plain you cannae help him, nor me. Just admit it. The old woman's glare gentled into sympathy as her good eye roamed Annie's expression.
You mustn't fash yourself, lass. We'll discover the cause of the laddie's affliction.
He needs a cure. I'm wasting my bloody time with ye.
And who do you suppose would offer better, eh?
She scoffed and blew her nose on her woolen sleeve.
Go on then, beseech the laird's surgeon.
The old woman's sarcasm burned Annie's aforementioned arse.
See how much he can tell you about it. Course he'd have to acknowledge the lad's existence first. Trouble that. Mayhap the priest,